It's time to learn how to game. Ah, come on, you know you want to.
No! No! No!
Please. Just do it.
No, 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 you can't! I won't do it! I won't do it! You can't make me! You can't!
Hello, ladies and gents. Jarek Defiler here, the Patient Gamer, with a message for you, my fellow gamers. We all have them, friends or family that don't play games, think they're stupid, and instead prefer to spend time on less productive or meaningful things like starting a family, achieving success in their careers, or making love to their significant others. But we all know how wrong they are in those decisions. Now, some people might not play games because they claim they don't like them, or they don't have time, or they're just not interested. But in reality, we all know the truth. They're scared. Their fragile little brains and egos can't fathom the awesomeness that's involved in stamping across the mountains of Skyrim or undressing Lae'zel for no reason whatsoever other than you are her love slave and must act accordingly. Come on down, little doggy.
Close your eyes and submit.
No, these friends and family members of ours lack that little special something that all us gamers have masterfully perfected over the years. Priorities. Why focus on a job, your kids, or your own well-being when you could be bashing through hordes of enemies in Mountain Blade Warband or cultivating a mercenary-funded trade economy in Kenshi? Yep, prioritize. So join me, my people, as we take on the daunting task of turning all our non-gamer friends and family into avid mouth-breathing, sweat-lathered, unbathed gaming addicts. Yay, so it is written. And to help you on this journey, I have prepared a quaint little list of games that are perfect for transitioning your non-gamer peeps. Lots of these I discovered on my own non-gamer transitioning journey with my wife. This is well documented in my video shown here, so go check it out when you get a chance. Alright, let's get started, shall we? In the beginning was first-person shooters. Okay, maybe not the beginning, but pretty early on was first-person shooters. Wolfenstein, Doom, Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield, and more have been among some of the most profitable franchises to grace our supple palates. But although immensely popular, the FPS genre is also fairly frustrating to most non-gamers. Trying to master the mechanics or even just get familiar with them is a pretty hefty struggle in and of itself. But I have found the answer, my friends, and its name is Slime Rancher. Slime Rancher is a cute little first-person life sim that finds you ranching, well, slimes. Little balls of bubbly snot that bounce around like heroin-addled kittens.
Meow.
And it's just the right game to break your people into the first-person genre. For starters, you can set a non-hostile casual mode where the blobs won't fight back. The pace is very chill and the game's map has elements of platforming that allow for properly training your non-gamers' mechanical skills. You'll have them double jump, triple kill, 180 no-scope while backflipping in no time. And not only does Slime Rancher teach valuable FPS skills, but it's also a fairly good introduction into the life sim world. In this case, ranching. Yet there is another ranching or farming life sim game that is also great to convert non-gamers. You know it, you love it, yep, it's Stardew Valley. The Valley of Stardew is a quaint little pixel graphics farm sim that's really good at teaching all these non-gaming savages the way of the pickaxe and hoe. Hoe. They learn time management, organizational skills, piss-poor combat techniques, and the process of relationship building in video games. The only relationships that matter. And hey, this one's multiplayer so you can play together and harass them to no end, as it should be. Moving on, strategy. One of my favorite genres. You got your StarCrafts, your Crusader Kings, your Europas, and Total Wars, but still, there's one RTS to rule them all. And it goes by the name of Barbie Horse Adventures, Wild Horse Rescue, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, ride it! Oh wait, no, Age of Empires. Yeah, it's Age of Empires. Considered by many, and rightfully so, to be the best RTS series of all time, that's real-time strategy, Age of Empires hosts many a different options for newcomers to wet their whistles and dip their luscious toes into the pool of strategy. You got multiple campaigns of varying difficulty across the entire series, as well as awesome skirmish modes that allow you to cater to your non-gamers' whims by making a simple, easy match that lets them learn the basic fundamentals of strategy. Easy to learn, moderate to master, the Age of Empires series is an iconic franchise that's perfect for popping them non-gamer cherries. Breakdown. So what's next? Yes, card games, or as we in the business call it, CCGs, collectible card games. Whoa. And to infiltrate your best non-gamer friends' minds, I offer up the simplistic to learn yet capable of some fairly hardcore complexity, Hearthstone. Hearthstone is the first game I got my wife into in order to brainwash her into becoming a gamer. She latched onto it like a tick to the teat. The beauty of Hearthstone is that anyone can just pick it up and play. It has a really easy learning curve and even options to just play against the computer instead of PvP. Now, I can't speak to the balance of the game because, as we all know, Blizzard is horrible at balancing their PvP games. So, who knows, haven't played it in a while. But as for just learning the mechanics of CCGs and having a fairly casual experience that doesn't feel pressured or frustrating, Hearthstone isn't a bad way to go, yeah. Now on to third person. There are a plethora of gaming genres and themes that third person is associated with, including action, RPG, base builder, roguelike, sim, horror, and more, but when it comes down to the mechanics of third person, it's generally all the same. But I find it's best to get your non-gamer familiar with first person before they dive into third. Third can be a bit more nauseating. Not only is motion sickness a thing, but headaches and eye strain also can accompany those who aren't familiar with their actions controlling the view on screen. With first person, you can break them in easier by adjusting the field of view so the game isn't as taxing on their fragile person. And by then, third person should be much easier on their poor little heads. So what do I recommend for third person? Well, Valheim is actually really great at not only introducing non-gamers to third person, but base building and third person combat as well. It's not that difficult in the starting areas, and you can take a very chill approach to learn the game and just relax with it, eventually getting to more difficult areas if you wish. Perfect for those sensitive non-gamers that we so love. And once they get familiarized with Valheim, you can move them on to something more fast-paced, such as Risk of Rain 2. This will get them familiar with all that sexy action combat as well as the roguelike genre, one of my favorite genres as of late. The easiest difficulty in Risk of Rain 2 is sufficient enough for most newcomers, so let her rip. On to the last and my personal favorite genre, RPGs. How, oh how do we break a non-gamer into the RPG genre? Dark Souls. Okay, maybe not Dark Souls. How about Kenshi? Okay, no Kenshi, definitely not Kenshi. Alright, I recommend, somewhat to my chagrin, Diablo 3 or 4. Diablo 2 is my favorite game of all time, so recommending D3 and 4 feels kinda dirty, like taking a walk through downtown LA while skiing on a snowbank of used needles dirty. D3 and D4 just don't do the franchise justice. I'm not really a fan. That said, they aren't bad games to introduce non-gamers to RPG mechanics and themes. They're very casual friendly and allow the player to slaughter their way through demons without breaking much of a sweat. And the combat is actually pretty good. Very explodey and pretty with all the lights hitting them dopamine rushes like a slot machine. The Diablo games also are great at showing new gamers how stats are valued and implemented in RPGs, as well as the item and loot hunt, even though the items in D3 and 4 kinda suck. But once done there, you can move them on to some more story-driven RPGs that mix several genres like Mass Effect, Skyrim, and eventually even Divinity Original Sin 2, the god king of RPGs. And maybe, just maybe, one day they'll be ready for Elden Ring, which I still have yet to play. Sorry, Baldur's Gate 3 is waiting in my bed as we speak, and it's wearing lingerie.
Taste.
So there you have it, ladies and gents, fellow veteran gamers of mine. Games to introduce your non-gaming peeps to the industry. Long may it rain. And remember, be patient with your non-gamers, for they know not what they do. This has been Jarek Defiler. Be sure to like and share this video with your non-gaming buddies, and subscribe as well as hit that notification bell for updates on future videos. It'll help out the channel. And you all have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you are. And game on, break down.